G'day everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to have a look at how to find the equations of a quadratic. So if you're given a graph of something and you're asked to find the equation of it, okay, so sometimes that's called determining the equation. We're just going to go straight to some examples today, no theory today because the theory has sort of already been covered when we've sketched the graphs, okay? So let's have a look at a couple of examples. So firstly, part A, find the equation for this graph here, okay? So in this equation, we've been given the turning point, all right? So we're already onto a winner here. If you know the turning point, then life's pretty simple. We can use turning point form to easily figure out that. We've also been given another point there that we can sort of help define things. So let's get to it. So turning point form, what was it again? Turning point form, y equals ax minus h squared plus k. Now, h and k are the turning points, and so we know the turning point values. So that's going to be x minus, h is 2 here, so it's x minus 2 squared, and k is 4, so that's going to be plus 4. So we're already 2/3 of the way there. We know h and k. We just need to figure out a. Now, how do we figure out a? Well, we've got another point there that we can substitute in to be able to find that out, okay? And just quickly, some students sometimes make the mistake that sometimes they go, well, the number at the end, the number at the end must be -8 because it's the number at the end by itself. But no, because you're also going to get a number when you expand this out as well. So that's not true. So just be careful not to make that mistake. Sometimes students take shortcuts there, but all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to sub in x is equal to 0, y is equal to -8, and that's going to help us to solve for the value of a. Okay, so let's do it. So my y value is -8 is equal to a, 0 minus 2 squared plus 4. Therefore, we have -8 equals 0 minus 2 is -2, 2 squared is 4, so that's going to be 4a plus 4. And then we just solve this. I'm trying to squeeze it in a little bit here. I'll move that 4 to the other side. So that's going to be 4a equals minus 4. So that's going to be -12. And therefore, a is equal to -3. So the final equation is y equals -3 bracket x minus 2 squared plus 4. And all I did there was just substitute that a back into there to get my final equation. Now, the question didn't ask me to put it in general form or in any other form, so that is totally fine just to leave it in whatever form you would like. That is the quadratic. If it asks you to put it into general form, then just expand it out and simplify it into expanded form. But I'd rarely be asked to do that because it's quite pointless and boring. Anyway, that's how to do that first one. Let's have a look at this second one. We need to determine the equation of this line. Okay, and so what have we been given? Always looking at what you've been given. We've been given that x-intercept there, we've been given that x-intercept there, and we've also been given another point. And so let's have a look. We don't know the turning point here. We don't know it, so it's not part of it. Could we figure it out? Well, maybe we could figure it out because remember the x value of the turning point will be exactly halfway between -2 and +3. So that's going to happen at half, okay, when x is equal to half. But then we need to find the y value. We don't have the equation, so I don't like that method. So let's not do that for this one. We do have the zeros, and so we could use factorized form here. So what was factorized form? Factorized form was a out the front, and then x minus p, x minus q, and that's where p and q were just the x-intercepts, so the zeros of this. So we already know that it's going to be a, it's going to be x minus -2, because one of my zeros is -2, and x minus +3. Okay, we'll just clean that up because no one likes looking at a double negative. So that's x plus 2, x minus 3. Okay, all right, so again, we're 2/3 of the way there, but we just need to figure out what the a value is. And so we've got that point. So again, we can just sub in the point to be able to figure out what that value is. Sub in 4, 3. And what do we get? We get the y value is 3 is equal to a. And we're going to sub in x is equal to 4. So it's going to be 4 plus 2, 4 4 minus 3. Therefore, 3 is equal to a. 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 minus 3 is 1. So therefore, a is equal to, that's just 6a equals 3. So divide by 6. So a is equal to 3 over 6, which is equal to half. Therefore, putting a is equal to half back into my original equation, my final equation is y equals half x plus 2x minus 3. And that's it. And it's always good to just do a double check of your maths. Because we've got a positive value for a there, that should mean that we get a positive, a positive quadratic. So, and then we do, it's a smiley face. In the previous one, we got -3. And so we should have got a frowny face there, and we did. And so that all checks out to make sure. And so that's how we find the equation of quadratics. Have fun.